welcome back to
Episode
the ticket
2.
counter. Episode 2, man. We're back again. The sequel.
Yes.
Right? I'm excited. Because, for a long time I wanted to do this, and we're on our second episode.
Yeah. I bet.
Now, it'll probably get stale until, the 100th, but,
Oh, I'm afraid it'll get stale at, number 10.
No, number 3.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah.
So I looked over the channel. So we just started, and we have 5 subscribers.
5.
One of them's me, so 4.
I'm also one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit! That brings it down to 3.
3.
But 3 is good.
Yeah.
We have 25 views on that video. We're like 1/4 to 100, man. Can you believe it?
No.
Almost there.
I thought 15 would be a good number to have. 15 views.
Give it a month, we'll be pushing PewDiePie numbers. I guarantee it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about Guillermo Toro's. Oh wait,
no,
that's right.
Not Del Toro.
Del Toro.
Surprise. Only produced.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, but we were talking about Pacific Rim Uprising, starring John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, who looks just like his dad.
Oh my god!
In the theater, you told me about that.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, he does. But I tell you what, he sure can't act like him. I tell you that.
No, I think with Clint Eastwood, he's a minimalist actor, and I love it. Just does the bare minimum.
Oh yeah,
it's so beautiful. And then Scott Eastwood is like, I'm gonna try and put
a
character in this.
A few words and many gruff and scruffy looking, faces on his, also starring, let's see, Callie Spaney? I think that's her name. Bern Gorman, Charlie Day. I'm not going to read everybody here. But we got, I'm going to butcher this woman's name. I apologize. If your name, if you're the woman, and you somehow find this.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Renko Kikuchi? Is that
Kikuchi? Renko Kikuchi?
Who plays Mako Mori?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then we got Tyan Jing. And I think that's pretty much our main cast, besides the Ye Olde Cadets.
Which I think only one of them had a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Anthony, why don't you lead this one off, because I think you might have liked this a little bit more than I did. So you go ahead, though.
Okay. Well, following, I believe, was it 5 or 10 years after Pacific Rim?
It's 10 years after the portal was closed by Idris Elba and Bland McGuy, whatever his name was, and
I don't remember the character's name.
Miss Mori.
It was Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam, that's it. He's got that. Who's the guy in Avatar?
Sam
Worthington syndrome. He's just kind of.
Yeah, you
could. Channing Tatum, he came, went.
You can stack all 3 of those guys next to each other. Well, I think Channing Tatum stands out a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
Sam Worthington and Charlie Hunnam, you could stand next to each other.
The generic action dude.
I mean, I don't want to be racist because they're both white.
Well, I mean, I don't think.
No. But they do really blend into the background sometimes.
They do.
In their own movies.
But then you got, Scott Eastwood in this too.
Oh yeah.
Which is basically a block of wood.
Yeah.
He's pretty throwaway in my opinion. But you go ahead, man. Like I said, I think you liked this a little bit more than I did.
I think I did too. And I'm afraid I'm doing it with the same thing that I did with Tomb Raider, where knowing that they're obviously setting it up for a Seed 1 franchise, that I liked its role in the franchise at the moment. And the potential.
If that's your opinion, man. You go ahead and get it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't stopping you, bro.
Yeah. Well, like, so with this one, I love how they branched open and they explored new concepts of the kaiju and the Yaters, and how they interact. And I was completely blown away at the fact that just the breaches were opened. Would you want to start digging into the story?
I mean, honestly, I feel that this is a spoiler podcast.
Oh, very much so.
Because people, you want that snip little 5-minute review.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out some good. Let's see. I got Chris Stuckman. He's good.
Let's do a little 5-minute review right now, spoiler free, and then we'll dig into the plot.
Yeah,
tear it apart.
Man. You want to try that?
Yeah.
Second episode. The world is our burrito.
Mm-hmm.
We can do anything we want.
Let's try a few different toppings this episode.
let's just not go into like Jeremy John's territory where he edits everything like this. Have you seen him?
No, that sounds awful.
He jump cuts everything. Like, I have nothing against the guy, but your video structure is terrible, man. Now, I can't talk because ours is basically just audio over a picture. But,
yeah, it's not. It's not groundbreaking.
Yeah. But there's good people out there I'd like to recommend. Chris Stuckman, he's all right. Red Lamito is probably the best. A lot of people will probably be like, oh, well, you're just, one of those guys who cynical assholes who like red letter media because they're kind of off the beaten trail when it comes to movies and stuff. They think every Marvel movie's like just garbage, and DC's like even worse,
Jeez.
But whatever. Actually, that's all. That's the two I can recommend. Well, no, wait a minute. There's Your Movie Sucks. He's good.
Mm-hmm. Check
him out. He's good. I'd have to look through all my. I have like 400 subscriptions on my YouTube, and I miss a lot of things that they post. I tell you what. But no, go ahead with your little 5-minute review. I'd like to try this. Go ahead.
So starting out, I would give it maybe 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8.
Now, why is that?
Because their intention was very clear from the get-go. It was just going to be dumb fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never felt like they were trying to set it up for. They weren't trying to recapture like Guillermo del Toro's like epic style, like poetic, like poeticness that he can instill into a monster movie or even just a giant robot movie.
Well, I think what you're looking for, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're looking for like something big, dumb, and fun, but with substance.
Yeah, it was the Del Toro version.
Yeah.
And then
it's like, how should I put it? So like when this movie has a robot fight, it's big, dumb, loud. It looks cool. Everything looks great. The CG's on point. But Del Toro, when he did it, everything was slower. Like, these are giant, and the scale was different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything had this heaviness to it, and it made everything on screen feel big. Is that what you're kind of looking for?
Like,
because, like, when you say, like, substance, even the first one is, like, a big, dumb monster movie. Because he even said he just wants to make a kaiju movie.
Yeah.
He goes above and beyond most people that would take that material. But...
Yeah, like, especially when you look at scenes where look at his fights, where the robot's carrying that big, huge freightliner of a ship.
Oh, yeah.
And using that as a bludgeoning tool.
When I saw that, holy shit.
Yeah. You knew that was going to be a different movie.
Like, I was like, oh my God. I just did a gesture. It blew my mind.
And then to look at one of the more, like, off-robot scenes, the scene where Pentecost, Idris Elba's character, finds, was it Mako Mori?
Yeah.
As a child. And it's just in destroyed Tokyo with the snow and ash falling. Beautiful. Stuff like that was only stuff Del Toro could put into that movie.
Yeah, that scene where she's in the suit and she how it was filmed, she slowly moves from
the
reality into the dream.
Yeah.
It's blackness and then the snow, the ash and snow starts. It looked good. But it just has a little more visual flair to it.
Yeah.
Than this one,
And then, so what I think that the new one, where it did sacrifice that visual flair, I thought it had a lot better twists and turns.
Yeah.
Than the first one did. And I think, obviously it benefits just from having had a setup, from having the first one set it up. But I think it did a lot better of having me go WTF moments.
Now, when you say what the fuck moments, were you did you enjoy them, or just oh my god, what?
No. It was very good WTF moments for this movie.
Okay.
So that's why, and it didn't try and be anything that it wasn't. So it just came out of the gate knowing we're just going to have robots fighting kaijus.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw a couple twists in there for you. And then let you imagine what's going to happen in the future and how crazy the next one will expand even. Because, the first one sets up the globe, and then this one feels like it just kind of breaks it apart, breaks that onion and goes into layers of ideas. And then,
which I agree. That's what sequels, you want to do with a sequel. Expand a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So. And
I thought this one did a terrific job. It didn't retread it. It only retread, I guess, the good parts that it wanted to. It didn't try and retread Del Toro's style or his sensibilities, and only retread the fun of robots fighting monsters.
Okay. And what would you rate?
I would say 7.5, 8. I would go with 8. 8 out of 10.
An 8?
Yeah.
Really? That's impressively high.
I just thought it was really fun.
Okay. I agree. Me on the other side of that. So after I watched the movie with you, I came home and I was going to play some games. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to pop in that original. I got it over there on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
So I sat down and watched it again. I love the movie. I could watch it anytime. It's not like one of my yearly mandatory movies. I watch, Halloween on Halloween, The Thing, Nightmare Before Christmas, and around Christmas or Halloween, whichever
you're feeling.
There's movies that I watch every year just because they're tradition. This one isn't, but damn, it was so drastically different. And I think that's the detriment of the movie, because I don't think you're going to follow Del Toro unless you're Del Toro. And what I mean by that is they knew they weren't going to make Del Toro's version of Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
So they kind of went with their own thing. But watching this, I'm like, well, I would have kind of wished that you kind of followed in his footsteps a little bit more. Because, like I said, the story is pretty throwaway. But there are some interesting kind of that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's a couple moments where I'm like, just what the fuck? And then you chuckle, and, this is one of those movies where you're like, just go with it.
Oh. But I think in a much more fun way, as opposed to where you have to turn your brain off more for another movie.
Yeah. Definitely. Even you look at the poster and you're like, well, this isn't going to be Shakespeare.
No.
But, I enjoyed it. It was fun,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd like to see them put more effort to it.
Yeah.
Because Del Toro did. I mean, you can even like the like I was watching them in the cockpits moving around,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do a side by side, if I took a picture from the new one and Del Toro's,
Mm-hmm.
drastically better looking Del Toro. Like he wanted every detail of the Jaeger looking good. Like if
Yeah.
you look at those suits in
Mm-hmm.
this one, it's like uh, it's like this spandex suit with like plastic on it.
I thought it looked weird. Like I thought
It
it
did
looked.
look weird.
I thought it looked like yeah, like the
It
Lycra
looked a little
suit.
cheap. Like
Yeah.
I looked at both of the suits from each
Mm-hmm.
movie, and I'm like, Del Toro really wanted that to look good, and he told the studio that's going to look fucking good because that's you know
Yeah. His
that's
visual
key to
style. Yeah.
making the scene look good and believable.
Mm-hmm.
This one, if I had to sum it up, was literally a Saturday morning cartoon. You get up, you know, make yourself a bowl of cereal,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have a little fun.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, you're right. It didn't do anything that it wasn't, advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the story's pretty bland, in my opinion. But that's okay because we step into the theater to watch robots fight,
Yeah.
and we got that. We got
Mm-hmm.
some good fights. Some the CG's on point. Like I said, it looks good. Um, like I said, the only thing though is like Del Toro brought that weight to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the first one in IMAX,
Mm-hmm.
and those robots felt gigantic, like
Oh yeah.
huge. And this one, it like they zoom the camera out, and you can see the whole city, and it just looks like a
They're just.
Toho Godzilla, two guys rubber suiting fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking like scale. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard to do scale. Like I've seen some games do it
Mm-hmm.
correctly, like Shadow of the Colossus, God of War.
Well, I think the benefit from Del Toro's version was that a lot of the shots were from such a lower angle and from such a lower height.
Yeah.
Like you got a lot more street angles to show you just how much that foot took up. Like
Mm-hmm.
those feet
I
from
mean, they
Pacific
did
Rim
that
took up
in
like
this.
4 lanes of traffic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean that they did that in this a little bit, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, like you'll agree the big fight scene at the end
Mm-hmm.
um, was, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was loud and big, and but I mean, at the end of the day, all I was watching was a monster beat up robots. And honestly, I didn't really care too much about some of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, more than half the cast I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
Um, and even the ones I did give a shit about, I was like, I mean, I don't care too much. Um, and I think that's a big problem for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Um, Del Toro had some characters in there that were pretty throwaway. Even the main guy, I didn't really care for.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, like the two doctors, Doctor Herman and Newt,
Yeah.
were there, and they were awesome and eccentric, and
Mm-hmm.
they every time they were on screen, I was interested.
Yeah.
Idris Elba just commands the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Perlman commands the screen.
That's a job.
Um, what is her name? Mako.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was on screen, it was interesting to look at her performance because she didn't speak a lick of English, so it was kind of fun. But the average, everybody else, I was like, okay, that's cool. You're there.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, you're there for the fights, and this one, the fight scenes are cool, and I liked them. But at the end of the day, I can't give I can't recommend people run out to see it. I recommend go see it in theater though. You know, you'll get the full effect.
Oh yeah.
You know, big robots and a lot better than fucking Transformer movies. I tell you that. At least you can see the robots, see the fighting.
Yeah,
you know that punch that he threw? I saw it.
Yeah,
and I saw it connect to something.
You didn't distinguish a robot from a building.
Yeah, exactly. So I, you know, to wrap my little review up, it's I give it 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, 6 out of 10 is still a pretty good movie. It's not a bad movie, at all. And it's not mediocre. It's certainly different. You're not going to get too much out of, you know, everything's Marvel right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, big robots come out and punch each other. That's pretty cool. But as a, you know, a great, you know, film. I mean, even the original one, I'd still only give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Because the story's a little lackluster. And there's a few scenes in the original where it kind of sucked. Like I wanted the Chinese and the Russian robots.
Yeah.
More screen time, but they get knocked out pretty damn quick. And that was disappointing. There's a couple character flaws in the movie where I'm like, I just don't care about your fucking character. I don't care about you. You could have just died and killed off in the movie, and I wouldn't care. You know. So I mean, overall, sorry, I bumped my mic.
I'm always surprised that in the first Pacific Rim that Mako wasn't the primary character.
Well, she kind of was. She was in the robot with him, and she was like the partner. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's the closest thing to like a co-starring role that, you know.
Oh no,
for her. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, she can't speak a lick of English. I mean, in this one, she's a lot better.
Yeah.
But in the original, I don't. If she was like the main character, it would have been a lot interesting.
I know, because like I thought her character arc was way better.
Yeah, I did too. I would have loved her to be the main character, but you know, the mainstream audiences would have been like, "Well, we can't understand what the hell she's saying."
Wah, wah.
So, you know, I would have loved to see that actually. Yeah. Like, you know, the white guy be, you know, the plain generic action guy, kind of be second fiddle. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you know, the first one's still fun. I still love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you just screwed up the audio. We have to start all over.
Wah wah.
Womp womp.
Okay, so we're back with episode 2.
Welcome to the tip. No, we're not gonna do all that. That's 20 minutes of time I'm not gonna get back. I need to just keep moving forward. Bear with us. So let's get into spoilers here.
Yeah.
If you don't want spoilers, thank you for listening. I guess.
We'll catch you after the movie.
Yeah, I guess so. So why don't you start off since you enjoyed it a little bit more than me.
Okay.
So go ahead, bud.
Yeah, so it's 10 years after the breach was closed in Pacific Rim 1. I don't remember Idris Elba's first name in the original movie, but General Pentecost.
Yeah, it was Pentecost.
No, like I mean, I just know that's not his first name. His son.
Well, his name to me is Idris Elba. That's all it is.
The one and only.
Like, you know, the gunslinger, just Idris Elba. Because, you know, Thor, Idris Elba.
See,
it's like Denzel, because like, tell me the name of Denzel's character in Training Day.
Alonzo.
You son of a bitch! Why do you know?
Oh my God! What is the last name? Alonzo.
See, most people don't know that. They don't even get to Alonzo. They just say Denzel.
If you had said like Deja Vu, I would not have been able to tell you. But
how about Man on Fire?
Oh, Creasy. Something Creasy.
There you go.
Because all I know is that Christopher Walken speech, and it's Greasy, his death, and he's about to paint a masterpiece.
See, when you say it is hilarious, but when Walken said it in the movie,
it's terrifying.
I'm not even going to attempt to walk and embarrass myself all over the internet.
No, so Training Day is Alonzo Harris.
Okay. See, I don't know. I mean, it was Pentecost. I know that. But anyway.
Yeah. So John Boyega plays his son,
which
Jake Pentecost.
Which, first of all, I thought was really odd.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a retcon type thing. Like, well, we'll just
say he had another son.
Son, and I'm like, come on, that really just dampers the first one because like Idris Elba doesn't seem to like care about people. He's cold and very stern about everything. But here's this little girl he picks up in Japan and adopts her and takes care of her. Yeah. And it's a sweet little story. But this, I'm like, oh, well, he had a son.
The whole time.
I'm like, why did you even need to make him a son? Like, why didn't you just have this, like, ace pilot who was a shithead, and he, blew his chance, and boom, there you go. Why did you have to connect it to the first one? You already had Charlie Day in there. You already had the other doctor and Mako Mori.
You had plenty of ways to connect it.
Yeah. But I don't know. But anyway, that's okay.
Yeah.
So let me first point out that none of the original cast said Mako Mori. I want to know Rinko. I'm just going to call her Rinko for right now.
Yeah.
Or is it Rinko? Rinko
Kikuchi?
I am so sorry.
Yes.
Anyway.
So
she's back, but she fucking dies like 10 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
Like 10, 15 minutes. And I thought about that for a moment. So this movie really caters to the Chinese audience over there. And I've heard that Chinese and Japanese people don't get along. So, like, the Chinese will love this movie, so they kill off the Japanese woman. And I wonder if that's something there. Or maybe I'm just being an asshole or something.
I have no idea. I know that...
I don't think anything from it. That popped in my head. I was like, did they kill her off to, like, make Chinese audiences happy? Because there was no fucking reason to kill her off.
I think story-wise, it's only done to give Jake a reason to fully commit to the
I'll give you that.
Pilot program.
Yeah.
But honestly, it could have been done that, and as well as the same reason why they were blowing up Japan.
Yeah.
At the end. For the final battle sequences. They tore apart Japan.
I mean, just obliterated the fucking place. I don't think that was Tokyo that they were in, though.
No.
Because I don't think Tokyo ain't at the... So...
It was whatever city was right outside Mount Fuji.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Because there's a lot of Chinese people in this movie.
Yeah.
And one Japanese person.
Well, it is interesting watching, like, movies get, like, cut or changed for those purposes.
Yeah.
Because, like, did you remember when Iron Man 3 came out? Mm-hmm. And then did you ever read about the different cuts that they made for Chinese audiences?
No, go ahead.
It's, oh man, this is going off, like, memory from way back, but, they inserted characters in different scenes.
Like Chinese characters?
Yeah, like, there were more Chinese scientists in the Chinese cut of Iron Man 3. No joke. And it's just...
I mean, yeah, I know they do that, like, I saw one what is it? Inside Out, the Pixar movie.
Yeah.
When she was a baby and she's eating her food on her little crib, they actually changed that to like a Japanese, or China, whichever.
Mm-hmm.
They changed it to like I don't know what
Like
a
Chinese
Japanese vegetable would be,
Mm-hmm.
but they changed that. Like in Zootopia, the news anchors
Yeah.
are like instead of like I think it was a tiger and a koala or something, or a moose or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. But in Japan, it was like a panda and
What?
something else. I can't remember. But yeah, they'll change movies to fit the audience pretty well.
I think that's so crazy. Like, and it's also, I mean, the better known version is just the Winter Soldier, where when he's got that little notepad and he's writing down pop culture things he needs to research.
Yeah.
And like in the movie, he always writes down Trouble Man because that's what Sam Wilson says.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I think they made like 6 different versions for depending on which region you were in for different references. So obviously, like I think China had like a completely different set of references.
Well, I mean, here's the elephant in the room with this movie. It stars a black gentleman, and China. Oh boy, have you seen the poster for Star Wars, the Force Awakens?
No.
John Boyega is literally the smallest person on that poster. Go ahead, look it up.
I am.
I will give you just a moment to do it. But they're not too keen on, How did you bring it up? Where is it? Did you bring it up? Let me see.
Yeah. So on the left is the American version.
Like look at how tiny he is.
They reduced him, and that's the worst part is that there's almost no other changes other than they also took out Poe and R2. Oh no, they moved R2 around.
Yeah.
But they took Poe out and then they just reduced Finn.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying nothing definitive, but I mean,
the posters are there.
The posters are there, but so moving on, because I don't want to dabble in that nonsense too long.
So Mako Mori dies.
So we got John Boyega. He's basically a shithead. He's kind of this kid who just likes to party and hustle and steal things and starts out. John Boyega's trying to. Well, he's narrating, which I don't like in movies.
No, it's pretty lazy.
It's pretty lazy writing. It's like, well, me and Anthony, we're 2 people sitting here doing a podcast. If I did the whole podcast like that,
yeah,
right, as Anthony leans in, just narrating everything we do, it's boring. Like, why do you need to do that to me? I'm not dumb. I know you 2. Like, people know we're sitting here talking into a microphone. If you film it correctly, I know that you're kind of this washout.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the term? Washout from, something great to kind of how should I put it? A street hustler, kind of just hanging out, rummaging through garbage and like the ruins of destroyed cities, and doing this and that. You don't need to tell me that, That's a whole nother thing because all kinds of movies do it, and so he's kind of ruffling through garbage, John Boyega, I like him all right. The first movie I ever saw him in was a movie called Attack the Block.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh my God, it's so good.
That's right here.
He was 15 in that, 14.
What?
And it was such a good movie, and I never saw him again after that until Star Wars. So it was good to see him in Star Wars. He was pretty good. Yeah. I like Finn. He was a good guy.
I think the first thing I saw him in were those stock photos where he played an office worker.
What do you mean?
Oh man, like he used to
don't bring it up later.
Yeah.
I believe you. I've never seen them.
Yeah, like it's just like photos that you would find, like you would pay like because I know Liz does it. She's
Just
a
like
graphic designer.
B-roll photos.
Yeah,
like
for
B-roll stuff.
for stuff that you would put in like advertisements or something.
Has this ever happened to you? Oh no, I'm fumbling.
Well, no, not quite that, but more like where you would just put it up on a wall and be like synergy, teamwork, communication, and it's just John Boyega and like 4 other people wearing like dress shirts in an office room, looking over a computer, going, "Yeah, now we've completed the project."
That from Star Wars, man. That's a big leap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the guy. He's a bit, outside of the movies, he's a bit on the. He's a bit on the bandwagon over there in California, where there's a lot of political things going on. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want that to be this.
Not.
But I like him in his movies.
So in this one, though, he eventually, while trying to steal a highly prized part from a old Jaeger,
a power core or something like that.
Something like that.
Something generic, so the audience knows what the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
That it's important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is when he meets Amara Namani, as played by Tally Spaney.
Yeah, so she steals it first from these thugs that never come back into the movie.
Nope.
Which is fine, whatever. Yeah. So she steals it, goes to, to her base.
Yeah.
To her own Jaeger.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the first fucking problem I have with this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is kind of my brain switching on when I saw it.
Okay.
Because I was sitting there and I was like, well, this is just a giant robot. It should be fine. Whatever. But, like, I almost laughed out loud. I was like, you're telling me this little girl knew engineering, robotics, advanced, whatever you need to build a giant robot, and she put this motherfucker together herself? Are you fucking serious? There's a point where I'm like, I cannot suspend disbelief. Nuking the fridge.
Oh,
that brings up the disbelief stuff. I cannot believe that this 15-year-old girl, I believe that she's smart, intelligent, resourceful, awesome. But building a
15-foot Jaeger,
not even like a Jaeger that is like a piece of crap. Like it's
really functional. It has some surprises.
Really functional. It can like do this ball thing. It blows through buildings like it's nothing. I'm like, are you fucking serious? No. But like I said, just go with it.
Yeah.
And I mean that's one of my part of the rating that I give. Okay. Sometimes I don't want to just go with it. I'm like, no, you got to fucking explain that to me, because that's ridiculous in my brain. But whatever, So it comes across they come across a bigger Jaeger that's patrolling, I guess. And that was a pretty cool scene. As much as I'm bitching about the disbelief, I did like that scene.
Yeah.
Because like she comes out and she's running from basically the cops, and like there's a huge Jaeger. He's like, "Stop! Come on!" Like now they can like talk through these microphones.
Yeah.
Because the first one you couldn't do that. Which made sense, because why would they even be talking to people? They would just be talking to monsters and shit.
They never needed to.
Yeah. But I like that scene a lot because, I like the Jaeger in it, and, it was a cool scene. It was put together well. It looked good. Cinematography was okay. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed what they did with the junk robot thing. She called it like what? Junkie? Scrapper?
Yeah.
I liked it, but that splinter in the back of my brain, I'm like, this 15-year-old did not build this son of a bitch, I tell you that. But that's here nor there.
So after that, after being they eventually get caught, apprehended by the cops, where John or Jake is given no choice but to re-enlist in order to avoid
prison time.
Yeah, the repercussions.
Or yeah, so Mako comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, it's a hologram.
It is a hologram. That technology is now.
The actor apparently couldn't show up that day. I guess I don't know.
Still had to show up to a green screen, I guess.
I guess so. You know, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I was kind of like pointing out that she died in this Chinese-filled movie, but I don't think she wanted to be there at all. You know, but that's me. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to tear shit up.
Good God. We're supposed to be professionals, man.
I know.
Come on.
Where's my professional paycheck?
Yeah. We got to get 1,000 subscribers for that.
Oh.
And either that or we're making like $3, you know, a video, whatever. So... Dead air.
Yep. It's the best.
See, like, the movie... I mean, that's kind of the detriment. I'm like, okay, what happened next? Well, they go to the base.
The Shadow Dome.
Yeah. So another thing I want to point out is, like, there's this weird banter thing between John Boyega and the, the Amara character.
Yeah.
And they're like constantly talking like this and this and that. Let me have a joke and this a joke and then a joke and this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, stop it, stop. You know, but I don't know. Maybe my humor is a little different now that I'm fucking old.
Yeah,
but
so old. Yeah, just I didn't mind that scene. I like that.
You did?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was kind of like, okay, let's wrap it up. You know?
Yeah, but it wasn't long.
Well,
it was just long for your taste?
Well, no. What it is I've been scarred by another movie.
Yeah.
Called The Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh.
And that scene felt ad-libbed. And ever since Ghostbusters, every time I see it, I'm just like, wrap that shit up. Just fucking wrap it up. I don't want to see it. You don't do it well. You know, whatever. I mean, but I did kind of like their... they do have a bit of chemistry.
Yeah.
And I like that. The comedy in this, though, it's...
There's comedy?
Not my... I mean, comedy is pretty subjective, I guess. But I didn't find it too funny. And that one scene I didn't find funny at all, to be honest.
I thought it was okay.
Just sitting in the jail cell.
I'm trying to think of a funny moment from the movie. And it's really hard.
Oh, I can tell you, movie I wanted to laugh really hard. But we'll get into it. So they get to the back. I mean, I promise. There's a money shot. I promise.
Okay.
So they get to the base, and they're, being greeted by Scott Eastwood. What's his name? Nate Lambert.
Yeah.
Wow. What a generic name that is. And so this is where it's kind of gets really bland for me.
Oh, it does. It does drudge for a good 20-30 minutes right there.
Yeah, like it's pretty slow. And the characters, so Amari, because she built a fucking robot at age 15, is like, yeah, we'll make you a ranger. We'll make you one of the people that pilot these things. I'm like,
she's a cadet.
Why in the fuck would you hire her to do that?
Yeah, and
she built that fucking thing from nothing.
And not put her in the mechanic's role.
And and you put her in the pilot seat? Are you fucking serious? She didn't do that fucking well.
No?
She ran around. She busted up. Well, wait a minute. They do mention that they're like, I can't remember the robot's name.
Yeah.
I'll say this is just a placeholder, but like Alpha Eureka or something. And they're like, "Oh my God, you outran Alpha Rica. He's like a pro, and this and that."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "You didn't do anything. You just kind of walked around."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, stop! No, come on, seriously,
Stop.
stop,
Please, stop.
get out of your vehicle." He didn't run around trying to catch that fucking person.
No.
Like, I'm like, she was just running. Good job. You ran away.
Yeah. You
But,
ran around his feet.
But whatever. So she becomes a ranger, and then there's some dynamic between and their kids, which I thought was a bit. I think they chose that to be, kind of have. I mean, it would be a little odd if it was like grown men and women with this 15-year-old girl as rangers. I mean, it'd just be kind of like this. I don't know, like a Disney thing.
Yeah.
Like well, she's 15, and this summer,
oh my God,
she joins the Rangers of Pacific Rim.
Knowing that they made a School of Rock Disney TV show, I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years from now they made a Disney Pacific Rim.
Oh man, I'd watch that.
I would too.
Just out of irony.
Just like
well, that was terrible.
I would definitely watch the first episode. And then when the first time she tells off an adult, and then because she knows better than an adult, that'd be the moment I'd be
because I built my fucking robot.
Mm-hmm. I'm a genius.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, stop.
Oh man, now I really want to see that. I really want to see a Disney Pacific Rim.
That would be
Disney Channel.
No one would die. But they added they're not like kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're like from
mid to late teens,
like 15 to like 18.
Yeah,
something like that, which I thought was interesting
mm-hmm.
because it makes sense because all the Jaeger pilots pretty much died or retired.
Mm-hmm.
Michael retired, and the other guy, he just went away. I guess they didn't want to pay him enough.
No.
And
he's too busy being in Crimson Peak.
Oh, that's right. He was in Crimson Peak.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good at Crimson Peak.
Really?
I like that.
I thought he suffered from the same problem of just
blandness.
Yeah, but then that movie fired off poorly, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak.
Well, that's not the review we're doing today.
No.
Another Del Toro movie, by the way. And I think they did that because they wanted to have the kids in the audience to something to attach to. I guess I don't know. I didn't really like any of them at all. They tried to give them kind of this character dynamic, and they tried to give this arc to this Russian girl that was like, well, you just got in here because you built your own fucking robot, and I had to work my whole life, and this and that. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
We're not here for this. Like, I appreciate it. I appreciate it in another movie. But not here. And I don't want to say these characters are throwaway, because a couple of them I did kind of like.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, like, I can't even remember any of their names.
I remember Suresh, and I remember Vic. Vic being the Russian girl.
Yeah.
But
she's, she had like a little arc with.
Yeah. Amara.
Yeah.
But there was this one black-haired girl who was always in the background.
Yeah.
She never said a single word.
I think she fucking died, too.
That's awful.
Okay, there's one death out of these cadets.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was it.
No, because I can't remember. I thought Suresh died.
Oh, it was...
Suresh.
Okay, yeah. Okay. He said, like, maybe 2 lines the whole movie.
Yeah, and he made some joke about how his dad was a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
And following in those footsteps.
He was like, man, I wish, titties sound pretty good right now.
Yeah.
What? Like, okay.
Like...
that's just bad script writing.
We still have to go to medical school. Like...
So they go to the base, and, have that dynamic. And that's a little plot thread and whatever. And then, so John Boyega's character and Scott Eastwood, they don't like each other at all. I mean, throughout the movie, they do kind of like realize, hey, we're in the shit together.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of man up and put aside our differences and work together. But for most of it, I mean, they just don't like each other. I mean, one of them, Boyega's character is still kind of an asshole. He doesn't want to be there. He's just there because he doesn't want to get arrested. And then, Scott Eastwood's the soldier rots, guy.
Straight-laced
guy. And, I mean, that's their whole character thing. I mean, that's the whole thing in the movies. We don't like each other, but we respect each other.
Yeah.
I
hate you.
I hate you.
I respect the hell out of you.
But man, I respect that guy.
Is that from Anchorman?
Yeah.
See, that was a character dynamic.
Yeah.
How did it behind?
I guess so. The thing is, like, out of all the characters, and I know I've been bitching about it, but Amara was kind of my favorite character in the whole movie.
Yeah, because I thought that actress was terrific.
Yeah, she was really good. She I don't think she's been in anything else. But I feel like she, like, gave it her fucking all.
Yeah.
Like, she realized, that's her first movie, apparently, I think. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I see a listing for 2016 for one short film, but
yeah,
Pacific Rim is really basically the first thing.
Oh my god, these two fucking assholes are so unprepared for their review. Oh my god. Ugh, I hate these guys. Dislike.
That's okay. I hate myself too.
Oh, don't do that. Love yourself. You're a good guy, bro.
Aw.
Anyway, enough of that stupid shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I liked her the most because, I don't know, she felt like she wanted to be there. She wanted to act the shit out of this bare bones material. And, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, the story and the plots, are so just bare bones, so minimal, that, I picked her out of everything because, her story's kind of cool, her motivations are clear, and, I like her, and she has good chemistry with a couple of the actors, but not all of them. And, yeah. And then we get into...
Wait, real quick, before we get into that, did you think that there were, like... Because I thought that there were deleted scenes of...
I'm sure.
Yeah. Because I feel like they were trying to build up this triangle between John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, and the female mechanic.
Yeah. Okay, so...
That was super undeveloped and uneven.
Yeah. So there's this woman mechanic.
Jules.
Oh, you remember her name? Wow.
Because
Okay.
they say it all the time. Like, don't be looking at Jules like that.
Yeah. Don't even think about it.
Jules like my Camino.
Yeah. So there's a Jules character. She's a mechanic. Let me wrap this up in a few seconds.
Yeah.
There's a mechanic. She's really pretty, and there's a love triangle between all three of them. But she basically kind of likes both of them.
I guess.
There's like a kiss between, not like a lip kiss, but like a cheek kiss on each of them. And then that's it.
That's it.
I mean, Boyega's line after it happened summed it all up. Well, that's confusing. You're right?
It was.
Stop. No. What?
I was like, so, I don't know. I don't know if that's their way of telling us, like, come see Pacific Rim 3, and then that shit will get wrapped up in that one. And I'm like, that's a weird promise.
Half these people you could just throw out of the next one, and I wouldn't even give a shit. Even, I mean, ugh. I just hate bland characters, because, like, I've seen people do characters so well, and crazy material. And I'll give you a big fucking... I'll give you, like, a golden star example. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Every fucking character in that movie is interesting, and I want to see them on screen. And, like... I'm like, why don't you all take a page from that? Like, maybe not that movie, but, like, how Edgar Wright does it, or even Josh Whedon can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can take like 8 people in a script, make them all interesting, make them all like the Avengers.
Yeah, or even like just looking at the first episode of
Firefly,
45
Buffy,
minutes. Yeah.
right? And I'm just like, why can't these other people take all these characters and make them worth a damn? I mean, you don't even need to have all these people in here, half of them, right? I mean, what you could have done is this. Check this out. Check this out.
Yeah. So if you were making Pacific
So
Rim
it's
Uprising,
like 2 years after the incident.
okay.
There's only like a few pilots even willing to sign up
Mm-hmm.
because there are no Jaegers. And then they sign up, and they're the only few. There's only like 6 of them.
Okay.
Instead of like, I think there was like 8, 9, 10 of them. I think there's 10 cadets.
No, there's 9.
There's 9?
Because one of them were a 3-person.
That's right. Okay. So there's 9 cadets.
Mm-hmm.
If you shorten that down and, did it like 2 years after, and it would have been just a tighter, like, I would have cared about people if you wrote it correctly. And you know what? I'm going to backtrack. You don't even need to do anything I just said. You could have wrote in 9 characters, that were pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you didn't. It was generic. And I hate that in movies because I want to care about people that are punching these monsters in the face. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I'll give you another good example. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Still need to finish that.
Oh, my.
I know.
Oh, my. I just need to take a breather on that one. Because that's like one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So let's get into when the Chinese show up.
Oh, yes.
So they show up in a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're there to approve something or vote on something?
They're there to... I can't even believe I remember this story arc.
Yeah.
There's so many arcs and subplots.
I know they're there to pitch a drone concept of drone Jaegers.
They want to put a drone in the cockpit of a Jaeger, so pilots can just remote control them.
Yeah. Without
dying. Which sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Makes
that was
sense.
such a big fucking deal in the movie. I'm like, well, that's what we're doing in our own military, right? We got drones and shit.
Yeah.
They work pretty well. I mean, I haven't heard. I don't know. I don't follow drone news.
I don't keep up with it either.
But I was like, this sounds pretty cool. I don't know. Like, I mean, you just put this like robot, or not even a robot, like this thing in the Jaeger that sends out a signal that you can remote control, like a video game. What's wrong with that? It's still being piloted. It's just no one has to die.
I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah, there's no fucking problem with this. But everybody's up and down. It's like, well, we won't be needed. We'll be out of a job and this and that. I'm like, you're 11 people.
Yeah.
You're 11 people. You're the only 11 people that can pilot these fucking things. But now, like, anybody can do it. Isn't that a good thing? Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. I don't know.
Well, I still don't understand how they'd be out of a job, because, like, wouldn't you want someone with experience of piloting a Jaeger to be your drone pilot?
Yeah. And if something malfunctions, hey, we got 11 people that can still roll.
Yeah.
You're still getting payroll. I mean, there was so much up in arms about it for like 5 minutes, but then that just went away. And then
once the mysterious mystery Jaeger showed up.
The mystery Jaeger. That's right. So, Tai Jin, that's the actress's name. She's part of this Chinese conglomerate that wants to produce these drones so they can pilot Jaegers, without, man actually doing it, within the Jaeger, but like from somewhere else. Cool. Yeah. No big deal.
They've hired Newton from the first movie.
They've hired Mr. Newt.
Consultant.
As a consultant, I think. And this is Oh my god! Just thinking about this nonsense. So she basically is like, okay, I'm gonna. She basically showed off the drones, and she's gonna get it approved. I think from legislation in Australia or something.
I guess
because I think that's where the Jaeger base is.
I don't know where the Jaeger base is, but I know that's where they were to have their vote.
Well, allow me to do what the movie did to me. Well, she's gonna go to a place, and then the Jaegers are gonna fight. So that's what happens.
Okay.
So she goes to the legislation thing. The Gypsy Avenger, which is cool, looks good, like a slicker version of Del Toro's designs, which I like. Del Toro's designs, but I like this one too. It's cool.
Yeah.
So they show up and like the robot falls from the sky in like front of people.
It was so freaking close to how the foot dropped.
Like the thing is, like, so in the movie he lands and then just kind of stumbles a little bit, right?
Yeah, because I didn't understand why they had. So this is Jake's first time in a Jaeger in like years.
Like I think 3-4 years, something like that.
So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You're gonna have him pilot a Jaeger for the first time in 4 years.
You know what that is?
Right next to people.
You know what that is, Anthony?
Bad screenwriting?
No, that's your brain reacting to dumb shit.
Yeah. Whoa. I don't like it.
Like
I don't like it, Tom.
It lands, right? And he's kind of like, they like almost fall over.
Yeah. On top of like a massive crowd of people protesting Jaegers.
I was like, oh my god, get your shit together, bro. Good God.
Why they didn't practice like on the base?
Like, why didn't he even like just walk up on the beach? They were right next to the water, right? I don't know. And another thing, like, if you dropped that thing down from the sky, wouldn't that destroy everything under it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how high they dropped him from. And it looks like they dropped him pretty high.
Like, at least 2 stories up. It was pretty fucking high, bro.
I don't know why like there wasn't this huge cloud of dust that just blew everyone away.
Dust, the concrete would be fucking destroyed. Unless he landed on some kind of steel or something. No, not even that, because the steel would just fold up. Like I said, that's your brain working.
I don't like it.
Anyway.
Turn it off.
So, it's about, 25 minutes into the movie?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So, I know I've been bitching a lot. It's what I do.
Yes.
When movies think I'm dumb. A robot comes out of the water. It's orange. It's got 2 swords. Comes stomping through, starts destroying shit. People running. It's crazy chaos. And it's awesome.
It is.
It's awesome.
I can't remember if they showed it in the trailer or not, because I think I only watched the trailer once or twice.
I think they did this snow fight in the trailer.
Yeah, because I don't remember any Jaeger on Jaeger fighting in the trailer.
No, I think there was a couple snippets, because the blade going into the building and it's going next to those people. It's spinning.
Oh yeah.
That was in the trailer, because I was like, wow, that's pretty cool actually. And the fight's pretty damn cool.
Oh, fight's very cool.
You know, I liked it a lot. It was filmed pretty well. Cinematography was okay. The CG was on point.
Yeah.
Looked good.
They did a lot more day sequences than night.
Yeah. That was another
choice
difference.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you can have day and light. I mean, you know. Or did I say day and light? I mean, day and night stuff. I mean, I like that fight scene a lot, actually. Because you're like, who's in there? What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, is that people in there?
There's a little bit of mystery of like
is it the drones or something? Like, I mean, you know, that's not really even like you're sitting there and you're like, you know, what's going on? You know, and that's cool. And I enjoyed that scene a lot. And yay, robot fights. I like it. And but then it gets back to the silly stuff. And then it gets back to one of my favorites. So the Chinese woman, Teijing.
Yeah, she gets her approval.
She gets the approval due to the fight. And
which I don't understand.
She's like, I want them done in 48 hours. And Charlie Day's like, oh, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but, you know. And then he has some banter. But then.
Oh, my God. Well, let's rewind just a little bit to where he had recommended that the other scientists come by and visit to meet Alice.
So Dr. Herman, Bern Gorman, he has this idea for rocket boots because the kaiju's blood interacts with different elements in the earth. Yeah, man, your eyes just roll off into space, bro.
That was just like, that's some lazy fucking shit.
That is some solid novice screenwriting there.
I was like, are you kidding me?
But anyway, so he's like, I need help with this idea because, you know, we could get Jaegers all over the world almost instantaneously with, you know, giant rockets. That's cool. I'm about that. It's like a fuel source, isn't it, right? Yeah. So he goes to Newt, and they're talking, and he's like, no, I ain't going to do that because it's silly. You don't need to do it. Excuse me.
Not with all these drones.
Yeah.
But then he's like, but you know what? Here, just come by, meet Alice. We'll talk about it over dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come meet my lady friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then 15, 20 minutes later.
So we meet Alice.
Oh.
So he comes in, he's talking like there's a woman in there.
I thought, yeah, because he comes in.
I thought she would be cheating on him and find like another man in the bed.
Oh, I didn't get that impression. I thought it was going to be a robot.
Oh, yeah?
For some reason, like.
Yeah. So.
Some, like, a Wilson type volleyball.
So.
With Alice written on it.
So Alice is literally the piece of brain from the kaiju in the first movie.
Yeah.
And he syncs brains with it.
He drifts with it.
He drifts with it for sexual pleasure.
Yeah.
I suppose. Fun in the bedroom, that's what that means to me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but...
As to quote him specifically, it's a hell of a ride.
It's a hell of a ride. But then the fucking movie goes way off the rails. Mm-hmm. So, after the attack, the Jaeger sends a signal that leads to an island. It sends a signal to an island, and the only person that caught it, because the thing was jamming signals, was Mako, and she sent it out just before her helicopter crashed, and she burned and died, and she's out of the movie. 5 minutes of screen time.
Womp womp. 3 scenes at the most.
Womp. I really hated that.
Yeah.
It was like... I really liked her.
What blew me away was that when that happened, because so as it's happening, like Jake's piloting Gypsy with Nate, and they're like reaching out to try and catch the helicopter as it's falling.
Yeah. And
then like the fingertips just slightly graze on the side of the
scrape against the glass.
And then she's dead. And then I was like, the rest of the movie, they have kind of like remembrance over her. They have a little like mourning scene.
Yeah.
But then I was like, they don't play with the fact that he feels guilty about the fact that he was just split seconds away from her death.
Yeah. Well, another thing, like so he gets out of the fucking Jaeger. I'm like, you're in a life and death situation, dude. And you get out of the one thing that could save your sorry ass?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, I mean, that's like, how should I put it? You're in a firefight with a tank, right? 2 tanks going at it.
I'm not going to get out of my tank.
Huh?
If I was in one of those tanks, I wouldn't get out.
Yeah, you wouldn't get out of a tank if the tank's still firing at you, which that's what was going on. But whatever, it was super dramatic, and John Boyega ran like, you know, Tom Cruise in a movie, and No.
But she had sent out a signal before her helicopter crashed.
That sums up everything
Yeah,
right
it
there.
does.
This moment. Just and moving on.
Yes.
And moving on.
Her signal left a clue as to where the mystery Yater had been built.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to this abandoned island, only to find, the base where it was built, and then the mystery Yater.
Yeah, it was an old. They built power cells or something there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was abandoned.
Yeah. Except for the mystery Yater.
The mystery, which like destroys the base. Like they get there and they're on the ice, and he basically destroys the base with missiles, which I thought was pretty smart.
Yeah.
And then another fight scene happens, and it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. It was fun, and it looked good, and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're there for.
Yeah.
And I got what I wanted.
After defeating the mystery Yater, they find. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead. You reveal that.
A kaiju brain inside of the Yater.
Bum bum bum. Are you fucking serious?
Yep.
So apparently this Jaeger is like morphed with a kaiju brain.
Yeah.
And oh my god, my brain just stopped for a moment. Oh my god.
Now
I don't know what to make of that because I was like, "What the fuck?" What?
I thought that was super cool.
See, I'm still kind of on the fence because, like, I'm kind of like, this is really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, well, that's so vastly different than what I thought.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of like, okay, I'll go with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you go ahead with this one. That's all you.
I thought it was super cool, except for when you start to realize, okay, so then it's eventually revealed that. So now that the drone program has now been approved, they're dropping off drones at various cities and locations across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's revealed that the drone, it looks like a sea mine inside of the brain of the Yater.
You mean the thing that attaches to it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
the drone itself?
No, inside of the drone's head. The thing
that replaces, it looks like an old World War II sea mine.
Yeah. So that is revealed to actually be kaiju brain inside.
Well, I think it's...
or kaiju parts.
Well, I think it was mostly like there's something in there that kind of attaches itself to the drones, and then it just kind of organically... I don't know, like it... Yeah. I've never seen anything kind of quite like what they did with it, which was also like, what the fuck you doing? And also like... Huh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, there's kaiju material inside the drones, and they attach to the brain, and they become like these kaiju drone Jaegers.
Hybrids.
Hybrid things. Which look good.
Yeah, those look badass.
They were pretty cool.
I love that part, like the fighting of the kaiju Jaegers.
Yeah.
I was like,
so they
this was not in the first movie.
Yeah, and then so Dr. Herman, he tries to get Newt to stop him, and then, are you ready? Are you ready for the big twist of the movie?
Tell me.
Are you ready? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you positive?
I am 110% ready.
Okay, Newt is the bad guy. Bum bum bum. That's right. The brain he's been melding with.
Oh, it didn't freak you with?
Oh, yeah, getting freaky with.
Oh, he's been getting
funky with. Has taken over his brain. And has taken over the Chinese manufacturer of these drones. To make an army of kaiju Jaeger hybrids to open up portals in the Pacific Rim. To have monsters come out, and then destroy Mount Fuji, because Mount Fuji is high in rare elements,
Yep.
and it will make the Earth explode.
Mm-hmm.
That's this fucking movie.
Yep.
I just put it all down on the table. You know, you make what you will. But that's what's going on in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And
Yeah,
so,
I think that sums up pretty much the last 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the boom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything. I mean, there's details. So, the Jaeger base is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And, so like the Chinese woman, the Taijing, she eventually takes control of the drones
Mm-hmm.
and makes them explode. So all the Jaegers are gone, but only like 3 kaiju, which are Category 4 and Category 5s. Some big motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So they kind of like it's like it's so hard to kind of like focus on this mess of
Mm-hmm.
just. I'm literally thinking this is something a kid came up with in their bathtub with toys.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just like super serious about it, right? And then got like $200 million budget,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, you're right. I mean, it's so like the base is destroyed. They save some people.
Mm-hmm.
There's some banter. They team up, getting the 4 Jaegers in the trailer, which is the big one with the ball, Athena, the fast one with the katanas.
Okay.
The other one.
Oh my god, what was the other one?
Like, he was so throwaway. Like, oh my god, I can't even think. Like, I can't even see him in my brain right now.
No, I just see the orange, the blue, and the green one.
Yeah. And then, of course, Gypsy Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, it's a little exhausting to talk about this movie.
Yeah, because like we really can't get into like finer details of the last 30 minutes. Because it's basically
just carnage.
The team up, fight, kaiju.
Fighting.
The kaiju morphed together at one point.
I mean, it literally turned into the ending part of an episode of fucking Power Rangers.
I've never seen a single episode.
Oh my god, dude! Do you even have a fucking childhood?
My parents didn't let me.
Good God. Oh,
my parents didn't want me watching shows with kicking and fighting.
Do you see my Ninja Turtles cup? That's an awesome childhood right
They let me watch that.
But not Power Rangers?
I know, I didn't understand. Just like Ninja Turtles were using like deadly weapons.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at those swords and the nunchucks and the sai and the bow staff.
Mm-hmm. And the Power Rangers were just like
punching putties.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, like, the ending of the movie is literally just a Power Ranger episode, which did it better than the Power Ranger movie, by the way. I saw that thing.
I've not seen that yet.
Do you like Krispy Kreme?
Donuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where the MacGuffin of the movie is. The big jewel at the end.
Is in a Krispy Kreme donut?
It's under a Krispy Kreme donut shop.
You fucking kidding me? In the new Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, I'm not fucking joking. Rita Repulsa is literally sitting there eating a fucking Krispy Kreme's donuts while there's carnage going on outside.
So Krispy Kreme just features in the movie, or
no? It's not a featured. It's the literal thing that Rita Repulsa is trying to get in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Who's Rita Repulsa?
Right under a Krispy Kreme's donuts. I can't make that shit up, man.
How much did they pay?
I don't.
Oh my god! How much did that sponsorship cost?
Like, there's I know we're getting off trail, but
there's
a scene in the movie where they're kind of strapped down, and Rita's like, "Where's the crystal? Like, this crystal apparently is the reason life exists on Earth or whatever. I don't know." And they're like, "Where's the crystal?" And And the smart kid, Billy, he's like, Krispy Kreme. And she's like, Krispy Kreme, huh? Where, are you sure? At the Krispy Kreme. And I'm like, the fuck is going on, dude? I've never, like, Michael Bay doesn't do this bad of a, well, maybe I'm stretching a bit, but
yeah.
But it's the worst product place I've ever seen in my entire existence.
Did the kid look at the camera and wink when he said Krispy Kreme?
I don't even know, dude. Oh man,
oh, it just feels like straight out of that scene from Wayne's World.
I mean, that's like, let's take Pacific Rim here, and say this. Oh my god, the kaiju have a target.
Turns out, in the first movie, they weren't headed to cities. They were all headed to Dunkin' Donuts.
Walmart.
Oh my god, Walmart.
It's under a Walmart near Mount Fuji. What? Are you fucking serious? I mean, good God. So, man, you might need to sit down and watch that fucking.
I do now. I know what I'm doing when I go home.
Oh, my God. I need a minute.
I gotta see it now.
She literally, in the Krispy Kreme, has a plate of 2 donuts, and she's just, this is not bad.
So when you say Rita, is this the villain?
Rita Repulsa, the villain, is sitting in a Krispy Kreme donut.
Oh my god.
That's right.
I'll watch it, yeah.
The thing is, like, there are no other brands in that movie that I could see or noticed, or maybe Krispy Kreme was so at the focal point that
well, I imagine if I'm Krispy Kreme, CEO of Krispy Kreme, and then I'm going to pay X amount of money to have my product be a plot point.
It's literally a plot point.
In the movie, then I'm going to make sure that there's also part in the contract where there's no other products in the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, imagine something like this. Do you remember Back to the Future?
Yeah.
You remember the scene where he's on the Jeep and has his skateboard and everything?
Yeah.
And the guy turns around and he's got a Mountain Dew hat on?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, what if we did it like this? Morty! We need fuel! What?
Oh my god.
What do we need, Doc? We need a Mountain Dew! We have to find Mountain Dew! And he opens up the coffee mate and he pours fucking Mountain Dew into the engine of the DeLorean. I mean, imagine that. Imagine the insanity.
Well, I imagine it's not the coffee mate anymore. It's the Dew Bro.
Well, no, the coffee mate, it's a coffee maker on the back of the DeLorean.
Yeah. To grind up the biodiesel fuel.
Yeah.
But like, I'm imagining this redone version that it's now just like the coffee mate. It still looks like a coffee mate, but over top that label is just a sticker and it says like Dew. Like,
no, not even that, motherfucker. It's a fucking Keurig back there, and you just put the Mountain Dew in there.
Oh, Mountain Dew
Keurig? Push it down.
Oh my god.
And it just goes into the flux capacitor, and boom, you're time traveling. You know what I'm saying? I can see the ads now. Mountain Dew, Back to the Future, makes you go back in time,
Do the Dew.
Oh my god, I just gave corporate America a fucking idea. Oh my god.
Sure, CEOs at
Come
Mountain
in
Dew.
2024, Back to the Future reboot.
What? No, because I don't think they'll reboot it. I think they'll just be a remastered edition. Now, sponsored by Mountain Dew.
It'll be like a soft reboot where like it continues, but it doesn't. Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to get off track, but I mean that's the movie, ladies and gentlemen. I mean it goes from, the base. There's the bad guy.
Yeah.
The Chinese lady. She starts helping. Like in the beginning, she was like a bitch and like really stuck up, and then she's like, oh, well, I'm responsible for this, and this and that, and I'm going to help. And then, so like they're fighting, getting their asses kicked.
Mm-hmm.
And then another stupid thing about the movie is like these dogs. Like Newt releases these like robotic dogs.
They're like Stitchers or Rippers.
Rippers or I don't know.
But yeah, they're like little kaiju dog.
Yeah. And their sole purpose is to combine the 3 kaiju together to make a giant kaiju. It's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, well, you could have kept that a secret. I mean, something. Shit. And, I mean, that's it. So the big kaiju comes around, kicks all their asses. So they devise this plan to send the Gypsy Avenger, because that's the only robot left, which is literally just like the first movie. So they have a plan to go up into the atmosphere and then punch the thing really fast in the face.
Yeah.
Going supersonic speeds. Pacific Rim, everyone. So basically, the scrapper comes back. The Chinese woman's driving it.
Yeah.
Because the Chinese audience wants a hero. Everybody loves a hero.
Yeah. Everybody
deserves a hero. And so I'm pretty exhausted talking about this movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty done too.
And I think the movie was really exhausted too, because they had devised a plan. They weld the rocket to his hand, and they shoot him up into the atmosphere, and they're doing the double punch Superman all the way down to Mount Fuji, and it punches the thing. The kaiju splits it in half, big explosion, and then they're saved in the scrapper. Little Scrapper, he saves the day. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. You don't have to be big to save the day, even though the big ones did all the work. Anyway. Yeah. And then the movie just fucking ends. Like, they're walking from Scrapper, and they're just talking, doing that bickering thing.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to black. Credits.
Yeah.
That was it. I'm like...
Well, when you think about the first one, it also does the same thing. But it feels different, because it feels like there's like it just doesn't feel as fastly wrapped up. Because he makes it up to the surface, and then they're on the lifeboats.
Yeah. And
they're talking, and then it just.
Well, I mean, I didn't say that was a good ending either.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad ending. And in this one, it's not a bad way to end it, but I'm just like, that's it?
I felt like it felt a little bit more jarring than the first one.
Yeah. A little more abrupt.
Yeah.
Which is fine, whatever. That's what I think. I wanted this movie to be so good. I wanted it to be just awesome and fun, but just talking about it's a little exhausting.
Yeah.
Because it's so... At least in Del Toro's, and I know somebody out there is going to think I'm just, jerking off the first movie, but, I mean, I felt like this movie thought that the audience was dumb, so they're going to treat them that way. And Del Toro's, it was more like, all right, we know what it is, and the audience knows what it is, so let's just do that, but in, not in like a super intelligent way, but like, you're not talking down to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to put that into words. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we should just like cut the audio off now and abruptly end like this fucking movie did. No, don't do it. Don't actually do it. Anthony, what are your thoughts, man? You go ahead and close out for today, bro.
I just thought it was fun. It's just Robots Find Monsters.
Think I've been a little too hard on it.
But that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, I had no problem shutting my brain off.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it helped that I had a long day. So, like, we saw this movie at, like, 10 o'clock at night. And I had been up since, like, 5.
I got you.
So, it'd been a long day so I was ready to turn my brain off and watch something where I didn't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
So maybe I was in a really good headspace for it. No, I enjoyed it. It's pure dumb fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it never tried to be anything more. I like seeing Charlie Day play a villain. That was fantastic for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it. It was kind of. I don't want to backtrack. I can,
Mm-hmm.
But that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was teetering on what the fuck is this, and like, oh, that's different, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And I'm super pumped for Pacific Rim 3 because I think there's so much more potential to do even crazier stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the ending, after some credits, Charlie Day, Newt, is captured.
Mm-hmm.
John Boyega comes in and he does his, mean guy speech. And like, next time we're coming for you. They don't have to come to us. We're going to them. And the thing is, I heard that in a recent movie that was terrible. Just a god-awful piece of fucking schlock.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Independence Day Resurgence.
I have not seen that one yet.
Oh, I guarantee you have. Because it was terrible. It was really bad.
I believe that.
But that's the thing in the ending of that movie. It's like, well, we're going to take the fight to them.
Why?
Why? Why don't you just, get ready for them to
come back?
I don't know.
You did the home field advantage.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
We need to see.
Yeah. But I still stand by 8 out of 10. Just as they did what they were setting out to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still 6 out of 10?
I'm still 6 out of 10, man. I can't get past the fact that I felt like the movie wanted me to just kind of swallow whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, I'm not going to do that because you can write it better.
Yeah.
The story was a bit throwaway, which is fine because, it's a big dumb action movie that robots punch things. Now, the action scenes were great. A lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun. You're going to get what you pay for here. But the thing is, like the first one, the one thing I wanted from the first one was a little more substance, a little more, a tighter script. But some more, I wanted more of those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the characters in the first one, for the most part. But this one, I mean, they ditched that, and all these, like a whole bunch of other characters that I didn't give a shit about. I didn't care who was throwing that big fucking punch in that robot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just, like, even bad movies I've grown to watch over the years. I mean, there are characters that I really like. Like, I'll give you a good example. Well, maybe not a good one. But recently I watched Mortal Kombat again. Yeah. I like Johnny Cage. I like Liu Kang.
Mm-hmm. And
I like Sonya Blade. And I love Raiden. I like those characters. And I like what was going on and what they were doing. The movie around them's terrible. Their acting's not Shakespeare. But I gave a shit. Here, I don't give a shit about these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just wanted to like every character. Yeah, I wanted to like Boyega. I wanted to like Newt. I wanted to like even the new the Chinese woman and the cadets and even Eastwood. I wanted to like them, but they didn't give me anything that I haven't seen in a generic action blockbuster, and I can't give it any more than a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
And you know, spec wise, like technical stuff, CG was on point, cinematography was okay, I guess, lighting, all that stuff. I don't really, I'm not super in depth with that.
Yeah.
Some reviewers are. I'm more like, the guy at the video store that watches movies. So, but yeah, I wanted to like the movie, but I just can't give it any higher than a 6.
Okay.
So, I mean, anything to add?
No.
No?
I think we're done.
I think we're done with this too. Should just cut. I'm just joking.
Right.
I'm just joking. We're back. No, guys, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. We really do. Even just listening to half of the bullshit we got to say, we really appreciate it. You guys are great. All 5 of you.
All 5.
Excuse me, 3 of us, because 2 of them are us.
I think you're great too.
Hey, thanks, man.
No problem.
Thank you, man. I love you, big guy.
Aw.
Family, right?
Family, yeah.
But don't forget to, comment if you, got some criticism or you just want to be like, hey, like your review.
Or, hey, I don't.
Subscribe if you want some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And we'll see you next time. Well, not see us. I mean,
No.
podcast.
But you'll hear us next
Did
time.
I go that too literal with that?
Look. But you'll hear us next time with Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Get ready.
I'm ready.
Get ready.
Are you ready, Player
ready.
2?
Oh, fuck.
See what I did there?
God damn it.
See what I did there?
Yeah. I am Player 2.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on the ticket counter.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.